This is merely 28.1 in a sense. Prior to coming here, I ran the information booth on Liberty Island for about 3 years. I've been living in the New York area since I came here for graduate school in 1985. Do you know what all that means? I'm old.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another video from New York City. Today is May 3rd, 2022 and right now it's 6:45 p.m. New York time. Temperature is 55 degrees Fahrenheit, 13 degrees Celsius, and I'm here at Circle Line Cruise. So basically today we will take a harbor lights tour. So basically we'll see Midtown Manhattan from water. So I hope you will enjoy it, and most of the time you will listen to the tour guide. We had a tour guide on board, so I hope you will enjoy it. So feel free, if you join, hit that like button for me and enjoy the commentary. Hey anonymous dude, Lena, Jackie, Steven, Timothy, Pink Monarch, Arch Butterfly, welcome my friend, glad to see you here. George Dean, hello. 1503 Green Ray, Bob Kish, welcome all. Shilly from Australia, hello.
The other name for it is New York County, because once only what was on the island was considered to be in New York City.
So in this video basically you will have a tour guide. He will explain everything and you are enjoying it. I hope you are hear him clearly. Hey Daisy, Fury, and Margaret Passman, hello. And I do apologize, maybe I can't greet everyone because I want you guys to hear this commentary, so enjoy it. Hey Saidi, Louise, welcome my friend.
Each voted to give up their independence to join.
So before we start, I just want to give you guys some quick information. I am on the premier deck, so basically it cost me $68. But if you are in a general section, then that will cost you $43. So right now I'm in a premier section. All is mine, so it's pretty nice. I highly recommend to take a premier ticket, so you'll get the best experience.
Welcome to the smallest county in the continental United States.
And let me show you the
normal
deck.
It's 12.5 miles long.
So basically this one is for normal, $43. This section cost $43 and it's pretty full, and this part is for premier. You have to pay $68 for this part, and it's pretty comfortable. I choose premier so you can get the more enhanced experience. And this is not a sponsored video. I bought my ticket on, and yeah, I just want to be honest. So far I'm really appreciate Circle Line Cruise hospitality. It's pretty nice. Hey Daryl the Snowman, welcome. Saying, is that wheelchair accessible? I guess so, yes.
It's gonna leave a mark.
Hey Carmen Christine, hello. Hey Sweeney Richardson, hello.
13 miles long.
Dutch by Blogger, hello. Feng Damaris Cologne, my friend, welcome. Dennis Gullis, welcome all. Michelle K, Marcy, welcome all. So enjoy the commentary guys. I give you all the information, and if you need more information, then feel free to check out my video description box. I had the Circle Line Cruise link. You will have more information.
North, near the Canadian border,
hey Lena, welcome.
The clouds might actually be a pond.
Yes, Bob Kish.
Icy water starts to roll down the highest mountain in the Adirondacks, Mount Marcy, and so the river begins. Water rolls downhill. Stupidest thing I'll say tonight: the Atlantic Ocean's water. Salt water, a lot
this
of
is Intrepid Sea, Air and Space Museum right up there.
Just 'cause it's big.
And this is Hudson Yard.
The ocean holds more water than a lake would. So the Atlantic Ocean rolls downhill into this valley.
Hey Tamara, hello and welcome.
Floods in and ebbs out. Not only does this end change direction,
the good thing about the premier section, you will have pretty great service and you will have your own seat. That's a good thing. Hey Jess M, hello and welcome. And that's
now we gotta skip ahead.
Jersey City, this direction.
Enter Henry Hudson. English sailor convinced
so our ride will be start around 7 p.m. Eastern time.
That links
so
the Atlantic Ocean
10 more
and
minutes.
the Pacific Ocean, and he's convinced he is the one created in all of world history, destined to find it. He's failed the British twice. They kick him to the curb. When Hudson entered these waters to fund that expedition, he's sailing for the
Judged by bloggers, it looks like a nice tour, but why not sitting in the railing? I don't want to like to be sit near the water because I had all the instrument. I might fall something. That's why I choose this seat. It would be looks nice with a boat.
Crew member. The other 15 are under the age of 18 and Dutch.
Hey,
Second of 4 voyages,
hello.
the anchor of the ship, pretty
Pat,
much where we
hello.
are. And there's one highly
Gregory, hello
sophisticated
and welcome.
scientific tool aboard that will analyze the salt content of these waters and see if it connects to oceans.
Hey, Valerie HM,
How's
hello.
it taste?
So once the ride will
Right
start,
here it tastes the same as the middle of the Atlantic.
I will
Its
just keep
title
quiet
convinced
and
he's
let
right
you
to
guys
keep going. Less
enjoy
than 90
his
miles
commentary.
north,
He's
they
pretty
know
good
he's
at it.
wrong. Water
Hey,
sweeter,
Tinkerbell, hello.
tide weaker, ship runs aground, no shortcut. And poor John Colvin, a crew member, is killed in a
Fury
bad
said, can you
cultural
show us
exchange with a truck.
the normal section again? Yeah, sure.
So, according to the terms of the contract,
It's pretty full.
the English captain runs aground.
This is the part. It's cost you $43. If you want to stay right here, it will cost you $43.
He's not on board.
$43. It's pretty full.
Crew's over here making charts. He's back
Pretty
at the
full,
home
as you can
office,
see
but
right
he
here.
said with his life on the line, saved at that time. So desirable. Once the news is out about what's here, truly, it's unstoppable. The log was kept by Hudson's first mate, Robert Jewett. The entry, September 11th,
Hey, Brent, hello.
1599, which I will paraphrase. It's a land, endless in natural resources, trees as far as your eyes could see, all kinds of goodly plants to eat and enjoy. It has regular strong tides, and the natives like to trade things. Magic phrase to hear. You put a settlement here, you got a foothold in the New World. You're breaking up what was to this point a monopoly of only British settlements here. You can corner the market on this natural resources. All those things Europe needs and running out of. All that gives you the edge. Compete with everybody globally trade-wise. 26 at the southwest tip of the island in the distance to your right. The Dutch established New Amsterdam, New Holland, a trading outpost of less than 500 settlers. Not even all Dutch or Europeans. At least one of them is from the Dominican Republic. 18 different languages spoken amongst less than 500 people. They practiced 4 major religions. It had to be
Hey,
pure
Christina
chaos.
Romero saying where we are
Guess
going. So
what?
basically we will take a round
It's
around
still
Manhattan parameter. So we will see
In less than 4
some
centuries, you go from
sunset,
less than 500
we'll see Statue of
settlers,
Liberty, and we'll see
combined with
plenty
less
of
than
stuff. Just
5,000
stay
Native
tuned, my friend.
Americans
It
who
will be a
lived on
2
this
hours
island
of
year-round,
ride. 2 hours.
to a city whose population
So
now exceeds
Tinkerbell, the ride will be
8.8
2
million.
hours.
From less than Manhattan's current 22 square miles, 5 boroughs, 309 square miles. Just the residents, not counting you beautiful tourists, speak over 200 different languages. Lord knows how many religions. Welcome to New York.
Oh, that's pretty fun. Hey, Mary Reed.
And the crowd goes mild.
I think in a lower deck it's more fun with more people. They're
Okay,
screaming.
so your report busy 24/7, 365.
Oh, Lena,
blah,
yes,
blah, blah.
we will had a
You
pretty
need a good lighthouse.
pretty good
Can
sunset.
anybody here name
and
the United States? I'll give you a hint. It's a visual.
the
I'll give
ride
you a hint.
will be
Anytime
begin
I
at
say
7.
Give me a hint. It's a visual. The answer is the Statue of Liberty. So welcome to it.
Hey, Darash from Sydney.
Does anybody have a cell phone on board? Oh, please put it in a mute mode. Very distracting for me and for the audience when your cell phone chimes in at the World Trade Center site, Ellis Island, and the statue. I
Oh,
think we're
Saidi,
going to be
Louise,
doing
yes,
the
he is
statue
very
later in
funny.
the journey. So the first time we
And
go
I'll
by,
let you
don't
hear
panic.
him
She's
once
gonna
we
be
start
way in
the ride.
distance. You
Hey,
don't need
Maria
to go
K,
rushing
welcome.
to one side. And you don't need to rush really at any point to one side, because if you don't see it on the way down, relax, you will on the way back. But do remember, people have paid good money to hear someone knowledgeable like me talk about the statue and other city sites. They really did not pay to hear you. So respectfully, hang up on the cell phone party and join this party, the party of the people. Love it when the women go woo. We love it when you take pictures. We don't love when you stay standing blocking people's views, especially at the statue. That's where adrenaline takes over and your brain goes for lunch. If you stay standing, people can't see around you or photograph through you. Not everybody here moves as easily as you. They want the same photos as you. They don't want photos of only you. Once you're underway on this mid-level deck, I will make an announcement. The front porch will open up for continuous standing. On the main deck where everybody came aboard,
so Nadia, this is Circle Line Cruise, Harbor Light, Circle Line, Harbor Light tour.
Where you came on board.
$68 for Premier, $43 for normal day.
Grab a quick photo where you are. But take your photos quickly, then sit down. Remember, share the love, share the view. Everyone likes beautiful views. Look out for each other, respect each other.
You do not need live vest here. 1503
Don't leave any packages or bags.
I'm not into a Titanic.
New York attracts the brightest and best from all fields. This includes thieves. It's the Pulse September 11th, New York, and I just want to walk you through an actual moment from my commute. I commute through the World Trade Center. Imagine my surprise. I come out of the restroom. There's somebody arguing with a police officer that it's totally okay to leave those two oversized pieces of luggage next to the escalator by the restrooms completely unattended in the World Trade Center. Please keep an eye on your belongings or have somebody watch your stuff. Now, perchance something does look out of place. Say something. Let us know. We'll deal with it. We're professionals. For the crew, their shirts, their jackets are dark blue. Their hearts are warm. Don't let the facial expression fool you. It's mileage. Across the back of the jacket or the shirt, all white capital letters, it says Marine Crew. On the mid-level deck, remember we've got 3. I'm on the mid-level deck in the cabin towards the front of the vessel. Green shirt, blue pants, it says tour guide across my back and devastatingly handsome everywhere else.
He's so funny.
Bring your concern to our attention. I promise we're going to deal with it professionally. But hey, we're trying to keep it light and breezy. Be responsible and help us do that. Keep an eye on your belongings or have somebody watch your stuff. Okay. Questions? Answers?
I don't know DTUK. This is America. It's a restroom.
The official Circle Line address is Pier 83 North River. This is strictly a New York thing. If you subtract 40 only from the west side pier number, you know the numbered cross street you're nearest. Audience participation is encouraged. Seize the moment.
Hey, Mafinsky. Hello
What's
and
Pier
welcome.
83 minus 40?
Hey, Andy.
They can be taught. We are halfway between 42nd and 43rd. This is the 42nd Street side, the south side of the pier. It's why my dialect is different. So if you're looking straight ahead, you're looking up the west end of 42nd Street, which is nicknamed Theater Row. Home to off-Broadway and off-Broadway theaters. Now, when you hear that, it has nothing to do with where the theater is located relating to the avenue or street Broadway, or how good the show is. It has everything to do with how many seats are in the theater. That's it. Off-Broadway, less than 100 seats. Off-Broadway, more than 100, less than 500. To be Tony eligible, to be a Broadway theater, oddly enough, your theater has to be in New York and have 500 or more seats. In case you ever wondered the difference. Now, I'll name 2 shows you know that started off-Broadway and went to Broadway and beyond. The first is a straight
DTUK,
play,
this is not a recording.
Driving
He
Miss
is
Daisy.
live and he is in a middle deck and he is explaining everything. This is not recorded. Nothing is recorded. He is a live tour guide here in this Circle Line Cruise. He is alive.
Was the up-and-coming port. Now I promise.
Lina, the narrator, is in a middle deck.
Today.
Hey, Bruce Wilkinson, hello.
Born on the island of Nevis, no family ties, fortune, or business to inherit. He's got his business skills, not much else. So the smart thing to do, get to the up-and-coming
When we'll
port.
come back,
Because
I will try to show him who was the guide. At the end of this tour, I'll definitely introduce him in this video for sure. So stay tuned.
More money and more connections. I'm saying he arrives pre-programmed as the quintessential New Yorker. American Revolution is going to happen. He's going to have to pick a side. And good. So, after the war's over, really get down to business with 23 business associates under a buttonwood tree on Wall Street. Hamilton hosts the event where they co-found the New York Stock Exchange. Wall Street becomes a metonym for high finance anywhere in the world as a result. Wall Street is New York City's
Vega,
number
thanks for
one
joining
source
us
of
from
cash
Staten
revenue.
Island. Thank you.
Our number 2 source of cash is you. Seriously, how much money do you think you're spending? It's not enough. You gotta spend more. More on this boat, lady. I'm in trouble with the boss. Help me out here. Get him to work. Every single one of you, man, woman, or child, the average tourist, your stay in New York City, I'm not kidding, you're gonna spend more than $1,600 US your stay. But make the math a little easier, round down, the double zeros help. For 2019, 67.2 million tourists times $1,600 US, boatload of money. I don't know, it's a lot.
So again guys,
now,
I want to say that this video is not sponsored by Circle Line or anything. I bought my own ticket. Remember, and this video is sponsored by you, my audience. So you are the sponsor of this video, not Circle Line. This is not a sponsored video at all.
Figure, those that did come, you can cut their spending by more than 2/3. Can I mention how glad we are to have you back? Thank you for spending time and money with us. Did I mention Hamilton was the founder of the United States Coast Guard? I swear somebody should write a Pulitzer Prize winning book about this guy. Turn it into a Broadway musical. Flash the Coast Guard logo on the proscenium during the show. I have a suggestion for the show's logo. Now remember, this is just a rough draft. Did you know he was the founder of the Coast Guard? So let's be serious. We've got 3 decks. Upper deck premier section. In the back, there are those gray or silver life jacket lockers. In the back of your section, either side of you. On this mid-level deck, our life jackets are underneath each of the midship stairwells that'll take you to the upper deck. By the way, if this water is this high, they're fair game. The storage door for the life jackets is on the side of the stairwell, closest to the ship's side rail. I kid you not, I packed these myself. Instructions for donning life jackets are posted in these areas. They are written in English. Feel free to read ahead. Pictures if you don't speak English, but rest assured.
1503 Grenray, thank you. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it.
Extremely
Thank you.
unlikely event we would need. Downstairs, your life jackets are behind the cafe, the Waybackers Turn, which is opening for standing shortly. Then we have additional life jackets under each of the front stairwells. Take a moment, locate them. Now humor me. Find an alternate.
It would be very
This
windy,
might be the most
very
important
windy.
thing you
But
ever
I really
learned from
appreciate 1503
Any mode of
Grenray
transportation
for your
you get
donation.
on.
Appreciate that.
Find a primary location of safety equipment and your exits, and then find an alternate. And now, most importantly, leave them alone. Every emergency is different. If in a panic you get safety equipment, wrong place, wrong time, put it on wrong, you've probably made it useless. You ever hear the story about a plane landing in the river? It could happen.
Hey Joseph, hello.
By the way, in front of you is the Circle Line Manhattan. That's where the rescue was coordinated from. Which 2 people put themselves most in danger that day?
Hey,
The real
Elni
shocker
official,
person
hello.
one was the flight attendant.
Joe
Against
Hernandez said it doesn't
all
look like a
of the
lot of
training.
people in the cruise. Joe Hernandez,
Opens up the
this
rear
is the
door,
premier deck,
which
that's why
the
it's not
idea is to
too
keep the
much
water out of the
people
plane.
here.
She opens up the rear door,
but
the force of the river,
the
flings
cruise
that
is
door
pretty
open.
full. Let me
It
show you.
crushes her
The
leg
cruise
in
is pretty
multiple
full.
places. Instead of helping
As you can
to
see,
rescue,
it's pretty full.
she's the first they need to rescue.
It's a full
Person 2,
board.
The guy who jumped off the wing, thinking he could swim in these waters in the middle of January. They're not that much warmer now.
But
It's
this
been a
deck
cold
I
spring,
choose so I can give you guys the
If there's
best
an emergency,
experience.
Your 3 jobs are, please remain seated. Instructions. You do those 3 things, we'll get
Hey,
to any
Connie E,
situation
hello,
with the least
and welcome.
possible damage. Sit back, relax, enjoy. We've got this.
Sweeney
We're very good at
Richardson
it.
with
The Coast Guard
$9.99.
likes to tell us
Thank you
that
so much,
after every
Sweeney.
single
Appreciate that.
inspection
Thank you so much,
I
Sweeney.
work with the
Appreciate your
best.
support. Thank
You
you.
can trust us.
Thank you so much for generous donation. And sorry for my messy hair because it's very windy here. And in upcoming days I will have so many interesting video for you guys, so make sure you hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do subscribe so you will not miss any content, any interesting content from me.
To your right by the highway, the North River Lobster Company boat. Now this is a nautical thing.
Yes, Freddie, I'm in a first class. It's called Premier.
Become countries, but once you name it on a nautical chart, so there is no mix-up or confusion, that's it. It's always going to have that name. The Dutch used this river as the northern boundary of a territory claimed in the New World. Go ahead, call it the Hudson. Who doesn't? If you want a nautical chart to navigate this end for 4 centuries,
Darash with Australian $7.99. Thanks, Ifa, for taking us on ride. Thank you so much, Darash. As always, I appreciate all the donation. Thank you, Darash. Thanks for being here and enjoying the content. Thank you. Thank you so much. The sun is getting come out. It looks nice. It was so cloudy, but the sun is coming out, so we'll have a perfect sunset hopefully. The sky looks pretty nice, but it's very chilly. So our ride just start to begin. Hey Abu Bakr Hussein, hello and welcome. It would be very fun ride, believe me. Just hit that like button, and I wish my internet connection is stable here. You will have the best experience.
Our captain's going to blow the whistle, 1 long blast, 3 short. If you're frightened of loud noises, or you know a child who will be, cover those ears, please.
Yes, Saidi, the sky is very pretty. Very, very pretty.
Spin around over your left shoulder, look across the river. It's Weehawken, New Jersey. Now this is why it's the left shoulder. Look on top. One building that remotely resembles a castle. There's a flagpole on the left edge and a tall, skinny steeple on the right edge. Below the building, below the treetops, you see where the clearing does a little dip.
Connie E with $10. Awesome. Thank you so much, Connie E. Thanks for the support.
Dawn, July 9th, 1804. Spoiler alert, if you have not seen the musical. 218 years later, both dead. Left the USS Intrepid as a museum in her retirement.
Connie
If you
E,
can
thank
see
you
it,
so
it's
much.
obsolete. The last aircraft carrier built by the U.S. to re-enter World War II. The Intrepid is considered the most heavily damaged ship of any kind that survives that war today for the Allies. Stretched 60 feet for jets. Goes on to serve in the Korean and Vietnam War. Recovers Mercury and Gemini astronauts. To the right of the tent on the crane, you'll actually see one of those spacecrafts in that crane in a sling. In retirement, the centerpiece of a Sea Air and Space Museum. Onto the big white pointy tent on the back. Space shuttle, put it tight. Enterprise. To boldly go where no one's gone before. The outside decks are open for standing. Have at it, advocate in Leo moment. I trust you, Jack.
And feel free to let me know which view you preferred, with wide angle or the normal lens. Which one should I go for?
Below the tail on the corner, it's World Trade
Look
Center
at the view.
steel. That sculpture works like this. It's cut in a specific size and shape. You pay your admission to the Intrepid.
Yeah,
walk
definitely
to
say
this
they
end,
didn't need
photograph it. You'll create the silhouette of the Twin Towers for your skyline photo using actual World Trade Center steel. The Concorde is the very plane that set the speed record between London and New York, 2 hours, 23 minutes, 59 seconds. And there's a submarine there as well, the USS Growler. It was the first submarine in the world you could walk through that used to carry nuclear weapons. Beyond the tail of the Concord, 2 white piers and the rusty brown Pier 92. Subtract 40, West 52nd Street. Left of that in the river is the spot where Captain Chesley Sullenberger, aka Sully, and co-pilot Jess Skiles landed the jet. So to your right now, Hudson Runway 1. Strictly for emergency landings, no departures please.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Over Pier 81, you glimpse Empire. The top looks like a 1930s rocket ship. Observation deck hours 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Clinton with $25. Oh my God, Clinton! Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Clinton.
Is the John Stevens. Just remember the name John Stevens. That's
thank you, Clinton. Thanks for the support and thank you, Damaris Cologne. Appreciate both of you guys. Thank you.
These are the air vents for the Bat Cave. No, the Lincoln Tunnel. No joke. In newspapers, drawings of cars coming out of the proposed Lincoln Tunnel inspired 2 Bronx teenagers, Bob Kane and Bill Finger, Batman, launched April 28, 1939. Look right, top right corner of the tunnel vent, a long cream-colored building inspired the drawings of Wayne Manor. If you're inspired, the Lincoln is the world's busiest tunnel, more than 80,000 vehicles daily, and behind you is the world's busiest bridge, the George Washington Bridge. Over 600,000 vehicles daily. Daily, 1.2 million vehicles enter Manhattan, then try to park in half as many parking places. The pier of beams to your left, Pier 76, used to be where all illegally parked vehicles in Midtown were towed. But during the pandemic, they made it a park.
Hey, Art Paradise, thank you so much for your $5. Art Paradise, appreciate that. Martha and Javier, thank you.
The tallest part could hold the copper portion of the statue, 151 feet.
Wow, look at the view.
And that's the problem. People prefer the convention center in Vegas where everything is one level. Like so much in New York, Texas is multi-level. Hudson Yards is the cluster of skyscrapers to the left. A $25 billion development for the wealthiest on the planet. Luxury hotel, luxury residential, high-end corporate. The sculpture in the middle is called the Vessel. Looks like the bottom half of a beehive. It's by Thomas Hess. The luxury mall behind it, the pet spa here rivals your human spas. And to the right of it, between skyscrapers, a performing arts center with a movable roof. It's called the Shed. The High Line at the treetop level will stroll through Hudson Yards. Over your right shoulder, if you're on the bow, this is behind you. Find the blue UBS Bank building. Bottom right of it, in the river, the marina Superstorm Sandy destroyed. On September 11th, it was working. I had the day off. My co-workers evacuated more than 40,000 people from Manhattan to there under 6 hours half staff. August 14th, 2003, the Northeast electrical blackout. I had the day off. Circle Line evacuates more than 8,000 here. January 15, 2009, behind us, Sully and Skiles led the jet plane to the river. The rescue effort coordinated from the decks of the Circle Line Manhattan. The guy who jumped off the wing, body warmed by its crew.
Hey, Anna.
I had the day off. Aren't you glad I'm here?
I hope you guys can hear him clearly. Feel free to let me know if you can hear him clearly or not.
Now, Empire's at 34th Street, 5th Avenue. You're basically at 23rd Street, where 12th and 11th meet. Chelsea. Dylan Thomas, Thomas Wolfe, Mark Twain, Arthur Miller, David Bowie, and Sid Vicious. Don't make it famous. Known for recreation today. To your left, red, white, and blue, the Chelsea Sports Entertainment Piers. Kayaking, paddleboard, and boxing lessons seasonally. an indoor ice skating rink, a rollerblade skateboarding rink, catered dining hall, volleyball, gymnastics gym, health spa, bowling alleys, batting cages, and crime. Left of the green, all Law and Order TV shows, interior sets, are in that pier for 3 decades. The obnoxious white lights, the green netting, the 4-level golf driving range featured in Serendipity. Below 23rd Street, above 16th Street, Chelsea Piers. To the right,
Little Island.
Flagpole
This is Little Island and this is the Rooftop Park,
That's
brand new Rooftop Park right here,
Stevens
Pier
Institute.
57.
Colonel John Stevens, later served as General Washington's treasurer, later built the first ocean-going sea vessel. On his old estate, the first college of any in the U.S. to require all students to have personal computers, and a U.S. Navy ship in service today had its hull design tested in the tanks at the Stevens Institute. Shouldn't you test things? To your left, it looks like a concrete mushroom garden. Little Island, designed by Thomas Heatherwick. His signature move is the wavy motion in art. He did the vessel, remember? The entrance is at Pier 54, 14th Street. That's where the Titanic was supposed to dock. That's where the survivors were brought. That's where the Lusitania left from. Noticing a trend? I had the day off. I'm all over this town's history like
This is
Will
New
Smith
Jersey.
on Chris Rock too soon. So I missed it. I went to bed halfway through the Academy Awards. But the thing is, anything that makes yourself possible came out of the tan building on your left. The tan building, the little white facilities building on the right, that used to be Bell Laboratories. First transistors, first communication satellites, first talking motion picture soundtrack, first touch-tone dialing, first transatlantic dialing from that building. The West Bath Apartment and Theater Complex, government-subsidized housing for artists. Oh, that little white facilities building. You see how that copper on the roof is brown, but all the other copper is green? When they did the restoration for the Statue of Liberty, the green was a good match. They used it to patch holes. Hoboken, New Jersey, to your right. W Hotel. It's got a blue W tonight. The pier with the copper gazebo and trees. Francis Albert Sinatra Park. Sinatra and baseball, born in Hoboken. Your cake boss, Buddy Balestro, sells at Carlos Bakery. Old copper and new, side by side on the Erie Lackawanna Terminal. In 5 decades, it'll all be light green. Hoboken ends, past the clock, the tent, and the last ferry boat. Jersey City begins. Back to Greenwich Village. Left. Shopping and restaurants beckon. Take a map or an app, you'll need them. The modern city is north of 14th Street, where the avenues go north and south. The cross streets go east or west off 5th Avenue. Below 14th Street, chaos. Because the streets go around obstacles that no longer exist. West 4th Street crosses West 10th Street. Waverly Place crosses Waverly Place.
That's
To
the
left
Jenga
is Pier
building.
40. Neil Diamond wrote and sang Coming to America.
Delhi Consul
describing
with
his
10
scrubberless
bucks.
voyage
Thank you
from
so much,
Hungary
Delhi
to that
Consul.
pier. Today.
Thank you, Delhi Consul. Thanks for
A
the
community
support.
park and
Appreciate that,
parking
Delhi.
lot. What's 40? Right. Street. Spelled like you. A wedding gift for William John Houston, signer of the Declaration of Independence. General Washington, sworn in as president on Street. Cedar Street, Pine Street, Oyster Street, Pearl Streets. Historic, nothing alphabetic in numeric to help you navigate. Left and right, cream brick fence stick up in the river for the Holland Tunnel. The world's first underwater vehicular tunnel longer than a mile. You must industrial eventually for the wealthy. They have high ceilings as apartments, sell or lease for big bucks. buildings, does it? If your office building was built before World War II, it's BC, before computers. Expensive to upgrade. In the last 2 years, how many? The home's the office is the home. Not even half filled. The developer's got to pay the mortgage somehow. The game has changed. Look left. See how Manhattan... It's Battery Park City. It's everything dug out or destroyed in the 1960s. For New York City, first building designed for computers that fills the tub on your left. 93 acres of residential landfill attached on the financial district. The island 20% larger than when Hudson sailed here. Can you name the first building built in the city designed purposely for computers? You know, but you won't let yourself know. Why do you think we built those twin towers? To your left, the 8 triangular walls each of the twin towers. And when the center building simultaneously a larger-than-life abstract standing on a 15-story pedestal. That spire represents her raised right arm and torch. From the ground to the tip of the flame, 76 feet tall. Watch with the center triangular walls and arrow pointing straight down. Just like her, the bottom is wider than the top, but it's an optical illusion. Minus the spire, what remains of tower, their average height. To the right of it, the empty sky, that's where they stood. Their foundations formed the waterfall's memorial. On your right, the 2 tallest buildings in the state of New Jersey. Beige glass, 99 Hudson. Luxury condos sell for over $1 million, but she's worth it. Silver glass corporate, built for Goldman Sachs. You see the cold clock on the water. To the right of the clock. And the old Irish Spring Soap Factory. They redeveloped. Now don't you get it, boyo? An abandoned soap factory in Jersey City. Cheaper to develop than anything in New York. Your tax rate is cheaper. Vacant space you can custom build. Manhattan's an island. Space limited, expensive, frequently infrastructure ancient. Without tax breaks, where's the incentive to stay? Industries left both cities, quoting economic analyst Bruce Springsteen. These jobs are going, boys, and they ain't coming back to your hometown. So remember, in this century, Jersey City and New York City must compete for the same corporate tax base for fiscal survival. Now to the right is Ellis Island, 4 minaret towers and a white water tank, and beyond it, the first electric lighthouse in the U.S., Lady Liberty. Remember, their dessert, no need to panic. We'll get closer later. But as we continue turning, if you can get the sunset behind Ellis Island, you would see how it got the nickname the Golden Door. To your left, pyramid and 6 levels, part of the Museum of Jewish Heritage, also known as the Holocaust Museum. The old fire boat house, Pier A, the oldest pier in the city. Clock tower is the Great War Memorial. That's what World War I used to be called. Behind the white tent, a red brick fort. Castle Clinton for the U.S. Army, never fired a shot. The Army gave it to the city. It was between Castle Gardens. Before Ellis Island, that fort was the immigration. More than 8 million future Americans were squeezed through between 1846 and 1892. Above them, it's a long gray building. Looks like the Parthenon or the Lincoln Memorial. The Alexander Hamilton Customs House, where natives traded Colonel Hamilton stole cannons from a British fort. The Museum of the American Indian occupies part of it. Broadway behind it. Sherlock up Broadway and Twain Street. Yeah, slave burial grounds. Enslaved peoples built New Amsterdam, which became the city. Some of the first unit. Any ethnic group in the Western Hemisphere, for the world's major religions, all our nation's veterans back to its revolution have a monument of connection in or near Battery Park, Williamsburg. We'll take the break here around the ferry, get up closer to the Brooklyn Bridge. Once again, if you have any questions, or even if you don't, feel free to engage me. My name is David.
So this is Staten Island Ferry, basically. My gosh, look at the view. It's very, very windy here. Very windy. This is Staten Island Ferry, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying. I try to avoid as much wind as I can, but look at that. The gorgeous vibes here, just absolutely pretty. Now it's my time to do some sort of narration. We'll definitely get closer to the Statue of Liberty. Don't worry about that. We will go towards that direction soon. But for now, enjoy this amazing view. So that's the point from where the Staten Island Ferry basically starts, from here. My gosh. And we'll also get the view after sunset. That means the lighting will start up. It would be so lovely. So that's why I recommend to having this premier deck, because it's much more easy, convenient. You can move anywhere, and it's pretty fun. Yes, happy.
Very well.
It's like you will get the premium version. So I highly recommend to take this one. And how is the quality so far? Are you guys enjoying it? Any issue with the internet? The sky is so pretty, my gosh. I want to play a music here, so it would be much more nice. Let's play.
I found myself in New York City. I found myself in front of you, but I couldn't find the words.
National treasure here at the wall. Hamilton is Broadway and Wall. You find the church. Apparently, Atlantis is not lost. It's to your right.
And I do apologize if I can't replay your message right now, because I want you guys to enjoy the view and hear what he is saying. So that's why I'm not talking too much. I'm just giving you guys the chance to enjoy the view. Look at that. Oh my gosh, the Brooklyn Bridge. Amazing experience from here.
The ship to your left, the Rooftop Park, is the Waver Tree. New England wild beetles of rock. Sailors will leave the blue. Called top sail on the mid-mast of the skyscraper. Did you know that's not? Preparing for the concerts. Pier 17's roof for the summer. ESPN's the next two floors. Restaurants on the ground.
This is City Cruise, another I guess a cruise ride.
London's Parliament building. Points on each corner, pointed green top. In the Disney film Enchanted, the fight scene with the dragons on Woolworth. $13.5 million cash. The only world's tallest building known to be paid for in cash. Now the condos on the top.
Dumbo basically.
Lines sold ships to a dump.
Carousel is right there.
Ships lines will build the Brooklyn Bridge. Opens May 24th, 1883. More than twice the length of another before it. The steel cable made the bridge possible. The steel cable makes the elevator possible. The elevator makes the skyscraper possible. It's the bridge that changed the world. Sure, cell phones changed the world. This bridge is as elegant today as it was then. Can you say that about the first cell phones? I don't think so. Popular place for wedding photos. On your right, Robert Fulton Ferry State Park. The bride is the one in the big white dress. 300 yards in from the carousel, the original Brooklyn shore where Robert Fulton launched the Claremont. The game changer, steam engines. Shipping grew. Industry grew. Immigration grew. The river was shrunk. There was so much landfill on both sides. The river here is only width it was.
Elni official.
This is the Manhattan Bridge.
With
That's the
10 Brazilian dollar. Thank you so much, Elni official.
To the left, that red tower is
Thank you so much, Elni official. Thanks for the support. Appreciate that, Elni.
The bridge
Thank
spills
you.
out on Canal Street.
Look at that.
Your informal border between.
It's amazing. My
On the
gosh.
right.
Look at the view behind me.
Now on the right, illegally we're going residentially.
Wow.
When I arrived in '85. And I'm taught if you live in an illegal conversion down under the Manhattan overpass, break it down. Down under the
This is Manhattan Bridge.
bridge overpass. Take the first letter, drop the T, and spells Dumbo. Once abandoned industrial, artists made it residential, rich people made it legal, property values have grown exponential. Pricing out the artists to now 20% of New York software and high tech is in Dumbo, Brooklyn. Things change so quickly. Inland farm. We thought we could war. Wool drag. Translation, dairy barn business building. As a blend of many cultures, this city offends all of that. We mispronounce it Bowery. We constantly mispronounce each other's names and words here. To your left, the Bowery, Upper East Side, once the most densely populated place on the planet. To explore what life was like for immigrants to the city in the late early 1900s, check out the Tenement Museum. It is very interactive and great for kids.
Sorry about the wind, guys. It's so windy.
To your right, all about Bay Woods.
My
The
gosh.
Williams from Belgium
So
settled here
windy.
and faded as the British move in. If you are all 13 or older, would you raise your hands? And 13 or older, raise both hands. You're under arrest. Not the Declaration of Independence.
This is Williamsburg Bridge. Williamsburg Bridge.
11,000 New York men and some women would starve or die in dysentery. 6 of 10 prisoners died. More died in the revolution's prison ships and combat. We moved on. And all the nations we were at war with are great allies today. 8 years ago tonight, if you tried to photograph it, you'd get arrested. The Brooklyn Navy Yard. Remember the Monitor? Remember the Maine, the Arizona, the battleships Iowa, North Carolina, the mighty Missouri, all over here. Today, cement construction, the garment industry, pasta manufacturing, microbreweries, Steiner production, and those big glass towers coming up on the right. The Schaefer Brewery used to be, now the Schaefer Landing condominiums. The U.S. Navy left here in 1986. The Brooklyn Navy Yard goes strong in directions. The Williamsburg Bridge is next. Now, many a woman has told me looks aren't everything.
This is Williamsburg Bridge, and
Late
that's the
70s,
Domino Park
the
right
city is
there.
on the brink bring
I was there last week. This is the Domino Park right up
By
here.
the early 80s, money to fix the over-engineered bridge went elsewhere to keep the city fiscally afloat. This bridge was strong enough it could be neglected 4 to 5 decades. The JM&Z subway train crossed. You ever wonder why Sean Carter took the name Jay-Z?
Yeah, Justin, I'm a bit cold, but that's fine. Just try my best to give you guys the best view.
You're right, the old Domino sugar plant being redone.
This
Great
one.
building, apartments, 25 entries, but a molecule of sugar looks like under a microscope. The red brick refinery doing corporately. Parks and fountains, recreation. Those tacos are tasty next Tuesday. Buildings are environmentally
But I just love the view in my behind.
tall, wide walls
Look at
block
that.
a lot of air and light. More air will
It's so
flow through,
amazing.
more light shines through. I admit, I am not a fan of modern architecture. If you wander Manhattan streets and you find a new building and you say to yourself, what was the architect thinking? Ask yourself, how does that building it might open it up for you. So many changes since I arrived in 85, mostly for the better. Now, on your left is Alphabet City. I'm not from here, came here for graduate
This is the
school,
Alphabet
friend of a
City,
friend
this
driving
one.
me around. We toured into the neighborhood to your left.
This is Alphabet City.
And when she realized where she was, turned to me in her car, word for word, and said, Alphabet City, Avenue A, you're alive. B, barely alive. C, caution. Avenue D, you're dead. Don't go here. Lock the doors. So that was then. What's it like now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Avenues A and B have become trendy, inhabited
Hey,
by
you're on
people
TV
that
Metro,
used to be
Norman
called
Rose,
yuppie.
welcome all.
Avenue C and D, low-income government housing. Through my church, I made some friends down here. On the water, they're redoing things to make it a better park for the community and addressing climate change, flooding like from Superstorm Sandy. Things are so much better here than it was in 85. People in the know call the neighborhood Alpha Best City. To the left is the power plant. 4 smokestacks to give away. Why the island? 2¼ miles west, Little Island. That park. Lights are on, subways are running. Look at the smokestacks. What do you notice? No smoke. To turn water to electricity, we burn clean fuel oil or compressed natural gas. Not a perfect solution, but I'm saying the city has cut its carbon footprint more than 60% since when I arrived in 85. We're not going to see it tonight, but I'm sure you've seen Yankee Stadium. Picture it mentally. Now fill it with trash more than 10 times. If you're from Boston or a Mets fan, it's a great image.
OTH, yes, New York City is so beautiful from the river.
That
That's
was
why
a
I want to
solid
share
waste
this
taken out
experience
daily when
with
I
you
arrived
guys.
in 85. Cut that more than 2/3.
It's so pretty.
September 11th was bad enough, but people forget one of the other events of 2001. New York City had a major drought. We enacted water conservation efforts. So back then, 2.2 billion gallons used daily. Today, 0.93 billion. We've cut our water usage more than 60%. Can your community say you've done any of that?
Yes, Saidi, Louise, I appreciate that you are watching this video, and I hope you will try this fun ride here in New York City.
Any of you bet that was New York before tonight's tour?
That's a view of
You gotta get to
Midtown
know this
Manhattan.
place. There's so
Empire
much
State
more.
Building, Summit,
To your right,
Chrysler.
when Brooklyn was a separate city, its nickname was City of Churches. Look over the skyline, you'll see steeples on houses of worship. Now, I lived in Brooklyn, but I paid taxes, served
yeah, Lina,
jury
superb
duty,
sky.
voted in the court of Kings County for King Charles II. The English come to power, to try to give everything an English name.
That's the Queensboro Bridge.
Should actually be pronounced closer to Blukelen or Blokelen. Depends upon your argument for the Dutch origin of the name. Still on Long Island, there's an inlet. Halfway point for marathon runners. Brooklyn or Kings County for King Charles II. And coming up on the right, Long Island City, Queens, for the wife of King Charles II. And the county name for Queens is Queens.
So this is Long Island City, Queens.
Doesn't have another name.
Queens is my bro. I'm from Queens. I feel proud to see Queens. Queens is beautiful. Queens is my bro.
Loyalist. Brooklyn, clinging to but mispronouncing its Dutch roots rebels. New York County, Manhattan Island.
Wow,
Neutral
my
for
gosh,
survival
this
as long as
view.
possible.
Oh my gosh.
2 British man-of-war ships could have leveled what would be New York City in less than a day. On July 4th, fleet, including 6 men-of-war, surrounded Lower Manhattan. And in that day, New York City was only what was south of Wall Street, minus 20% of the landfill, and nothing taller than 3 stories. When you watch the 4th of July fireworks, smile and remember, New York did not ratify the Declaration until July the 9th.
Tinkerbell said Astoria
Which is when the
rocks.
British fleet picked up anchor, sailed out to Staten Island, started dropping off troops, war's on, pick a side.
Wow, look at that. What a perfect view.
To the left is the newest corporate tall tower. One Vanderbilt looks like 5 buildings pressed together. Next to it, so pointy, is the Chrysler Building. Triangular windows and semicircle arches. The world's tallest building for 8 months. Next to it, not tall but distinct, with the flat top, MetLife. If New Yorkers still call
This
it
is
the Pan Am.
MetLife and this is United Nations headquarters.
And the United Nations is here on the water in front of both of them. Look left above the highway to find the white telecommunications dish. Start there. Left of the dish is an event room. The former employee cafeteria was closed.
This is Long Island City.
Because it's a security risk over the
As you
highway.
can see, the Pepsi Cola
It is
sign,
used
it would be very
unannounced
clear from here.
secretly.
This is Long Island.
The event room is the UN's library, which is open 24. The north-south walls are marble panels, no windows. The east-west walls, all glass. A VIP wants a corner office. You want an unobstructed view if you're a VIP. But at the UN, no nation's view is more important than any other. Based on availability, you got to pick, look either east or west.
So if you're enjoying this video, guys, then do not forget to hit that like button.
Brooklyn and Queens are on Long Island. The Long Island to your right is a seawall, 126 miles long. It protects the smaller island on your left from storms.
Who doesn't like this view? My gosh.
Now, in Queens to your right, there used to be a Pepsi Cola bottling plant. If only I could remember where. If only someone would give me a sign. The condition to develop the property residentially, the sign had to stay. I know it's an old movie, but Amy Adams did a film called Julia and Julia. And at one point you see her walking along the Queens waterfront. You see the sign, but none of those luxury apartments were built. 2 decades through the courts before the landmark status of the sign was granted. The condition to develop the property residentially was that the sign stay. A couple of buildings are lit up blue and yellow in support of Ukraine. The steel supporting the Everhigh Koch Queensboro Bridge came from Bridgeville, PA, not far from where I grew up. Connecting the borough of Queens with 2nd Avenue and 59th Street. Even if you're feeling groovy, it was actually never the 59th Street Bridge. But Paul Simon wrote that song.
This is the most iconic bridge, Queensboro Bridge. I love this bridge.
Underneath the bridge is Roosevelt Island.
So this is the Roosevelt Island.
Between the pillars of the bridge, the tall towers are part of a $500 million
this is the Roosevelt Island right here.
Genius campus.
Right here.
Cornell Tech. Cornell University of New York partnered with Technion Institute of Israel to build it. First campus in the U.S. with the U.S. Patent Office on campus. But if you go to a Subway sandwich shop, in the wallpaper, the island underneath the bridge is labeled Welfare Island. You see the remains of an old smallpox hospital.
Right here. This is the smallpox hospital right up there.
St. Patrick's Cathedral.
This is the smallpox hospital right here.
Criminals were confined to Welfare Island. Among the most famous, Mary Mallon, whose name does not ring a bell until I tell you her nickname. Typhoid Mary.
Now enjoy the view of Manhattan.
Asymptomatic and transmit a pandemic. That couldn't happen now, could it? The South Tip, the Four Freedoms Park, named for the legacy of President FDR's third inaugural address.
Right here.
Brilliantly painted by Norman Rockwell. Freedom from want, freedom from fear, freedom of expression, freedom of religion. The hope for the Ukrainian people, and the world. May we all enjoy the four freedoms. With a tiny antenna and a big block of blue and yellow light, that's Bloomberg LLP. Former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg put up the $500 million grant personally to get that computer genius school built. He arrived to New York in the 60s from Boston with his MBA degree and less than $60 in his pocket. He's worth more than $90 billion. I've lost count. And to your left, a little gray building on the water. Looks like an abstract sculpture of Swiss cheese. It's a library. What does it have in common with the Twin Towers? One central core supports all of it. See, that was their selling point. The outside walls of those towers were a teeny bit structural. The inner core did the bulk of the work. And so if you wanted to make your office bigger, smaller, or just rearrange things, you're knocking down drywall. It's quick, it's easy peasy. That, of course, was their fatal flaw. Once the central core was compromised by the impact of the plane, where the flaming jet fuel weakened the tensile strength of the steel, it was a matter of time and there was nothing anyone could do. You'll never have another skyscraper anywhere in the world built that construction engineering. Those that are built that way are coming down. Works out great for the library. They'll change space around as communities' needs change. Now, straight ahead of us, there's a ferry pulling out from a terminal above a very weird shaped building. Looks like a kinky letter H. The American Copper Building. Copper is so expensive. Today's penny is more than 98% zinc. They're really only copper plated. And they still cost more than 3 cents to make a 1 cent coin. That's why we make so few pennies. We lose money every one. The exterior of the building is covered in copper. It's luxury residential. The reason for the weird shape, the bridge is the fitness center of this luxury building. The bottom floor of the bridge is the 50-meter Olympic-sized pool. That's some engineering. At 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock on the top of the hour, the lights of the Empire State Building will dance to music. I don't know if it'll be dark enough for us to see it, but you might catch it.
So the H-shaped building, it's the
Nothing
Cooper
like
building.
An accident on the FDR to liven up the night.
Just be alert, you will see a pretty good view of Empire State Building from this Cooper building. It's so nice. I just love this view. Did you see that? The Empire State Building? Wow. You can see it from inside. Wow.
Above the green lights on the shore.
There we go.
To your right. NYU Medical Center. What started off as 2 buildings when I started as a tour guide in '93 is now 4. Any form of high tech you can think of, New York City is invested in it. High tech medical research, high tech scientific research, high tech.
That's the Chrysler building. Wow.
To fund it all. After NYU Medical Center, past the 2 white barges of the water club, the Alexandria Center. 4 glass towers where you find all that stuff I was talking about. And left of the Alexandria Center and behind it, there's a beige building that looks like a 4-sided waffle iron. That's Bellevue Hospital. So, when I grew up in the 70s, one of the best comedies, and it's still funny to watch today, it is timeless. The Barney Miller Show. Now, it was about a fictitious police precinct of detectives, and the more interesting characters they dealt with were usually taken to the Bellevue mental wing. So you got the impression that was all that was here. Oh no. The hypodermic needle was invented here.
Wow, I just
First
love
ambulance care, first outpatient care was at Bellevue. They have an outstanding trauma care center. There's so much more to it.
You should definitely take some selfie like that.
The newest bridge in the area will be seen over Brooklyn to your left, the Kosciuszko Bridge. General Thaddeus Kosciuszko was a brilliant Polish general whose expertise was logistics and helped George Washington win the American Revolution. They have a huge Polish population to this day. The Polish nation, the Polish people are
Thank you, Darash.
so many
Sunset
of the
is pretty
Ukrainian
amazing.
refugees. There might be a new little Odessa out
It's a
here.
bit cloudy, otherwise you get much
In
more
Bright Beach,
enjoyable
Brooklyn,
view. But
Russians
still, I
and
love this. I love the
Ukrainians
sky
live
and
side by
everything.
side in peace, equally horrified by what they see on the news. We'll take a break here. We'll pick it up near the blue and white Manhattan Bridge. Don't forget your boarding photos are for sale. Visit the cafe or restrooms. Talk amongst yourselves. I will give you a topic.
So now we will have
Travels in
time
neither a circle
to talk.
nor a line. Discuss.
He will now take a break and now we can talk. Now we can talk and we can have some chat before he come back again. But this is just absolutely pretty view. Bruce Wilkinson saying, you are helping us to see $1 billion view. The skyscraper are just magnificent. Thank you so much, Bruce. I always try my best to give you guys the best possible view and the information from New York City, and I do really appreciate. And if you want to more connect with me, feel free to follow me on Instagram, New York City Walking Show. You will have much more interesting information. And if you want to support me, you can be my Patreon and YouTube member. I always try to update my Patreon and YouTube members before I made any videos. So feel free to check out my Patreon page. It will really help the channel. The link would be in my video description box. So yeah, I will really appreciate if you just check my Patreon page or my YouTube membership page. And if you become premium member, I will send you postcard, customized postcard from New York City every month. So the premium membership is available on Patreon and YouTube as well. It's $20 a month, but there are several options in my Patreon or YouTube member. You can check it out, and you can also check it out my PayPal for one-time donation, because most of my tours are sponsored by you guys, so as this video. Wow, look at that. The Empire State Building is on Ukrainian color, yellow and blue. Thank you, Darsh, appreciate it. Giving just a like or subscribe would also help this channel. And in upcoming days, I'm planning to do some more interesting video from New York City, so keep in touch by subscribe to the channel. I always mention about this particular ride, that from water New York City looks so pretty. Hey Craig M, hello, thanks for joining. So if you had the opportunity to take a Circle Line or any cruise ride, especially I recommend Circle Line because their hospitality and their service is pretty good. So I recommend, if you have ever chance, take this Circle Line cruise ride. There are several options. Tour like whole Manhattan perimeter. They will take a tour of whole Manhattan perimeter from the water. I had a video up on my channel. I did it last year. So yeah, I put the link in my video description box. You can check out the price and the route. I hope you enjoyed. And we are heading toward the Statue of Liberty. You see Statue of Liberty from so close, and an amazing view, especially night view. I never seen Statue of Liberty, especially at night, from such close. So I'm really excited to see it. So I hope you guys are also excited to see Lady Liberty at night. I mean after sunset. I see it from Battery Park City. It's pretty far, but now we'll see it from like a few feet. Oh Connie E, I also love this particular time. The light are just start and it's so gorgeous. This is what we left behind. Judy Raymond said God bless everyone who is joining to the chat and doing some sort of support. Damaris Colon said smooth ride. Oh yeah, so far it's a very smooth ride, very smooth ride. And if I miss anyone comment, I do apologize. I didn't do it intentionally. I want you guys to listen this gorgeous tour guide because he's very informative. So I do not want to disturb him, or I do not want to just talk, and I just let you guys enjoy his informative commentary. Marisa Williams said beautiful views indeed. Justin Henry said I'm impressed to see that it's such a smooth ride indeed. Fury, thank you so much. And kindly do not take anything personally, guys, if I can't replay your question or comments, because I had sometimes some planned. So yeah, it's not possible. Exactly, there it's very calm. I love the view of Williamsburg Bridge. Hey PJ Haynes, greetings from Pate and Lynn with you. Thank you so much, PJ Haynes. Oh yeah, Connie, that's the best time to see New York. Look at that, New York City ferry. This ferry will cost you $2.75. you can still get that view. NYC ferry, $2.75. This ferry. Thank you, Jer. We appreciate that.
As we round by,
so he's back. Enjoy his comments.
World Trade. Woolworth will be to the left of it. Our municipal building will be to the right of it. There's a gold statue of a woman on top. It does make a great photo. That's sort of in my view now.
This view is getting just more enhanced, my gosh. Whee! Hey, Lil Bang said, yep, used to take it every day to work. That's an amazing ride. I mean, I really love taking NYC ferry. They're very good at service. Gregory Kelly said, this is such a special treat. Thank you so much. I want you guys to enjoy the view of downtown now, especially at that time. It's getting very premium now. Damaris Colon said, clouds look like a cotton. Yes, indeed, my friend. I love this kind of weather, but it's very cold. It's very cold life, but I'm prepared for that. And feel free to share this video with your friends or family members so they can get a chance to see these views and they will enjoy it for sure.
To your left now, the first super skyscraper built in the city, not Manhattan. To your left, one DeKalb in Brooklyn. Taller than Empire minus the spire. 576 residential units, mostly luxury, some middle income, corporate and retail, all in the same buildings. To your right, the old United Fruit Company piers, all the remains from the banana boat days of the police on the roof rusting away. If you read the book or you saw the film, Angela's Ashes, its author, the late Frank McCourt, paid his way through college unloading crates.
Yes, anonymous dude, I'm enjoying it so much.
The anti-graffiti task force was cut. You see the results. But as you approach the corner of it, part of the park project is visible and not graffiti. Bench swing sets for the group or family to enjoy. To build the Manhattan Bridge in the early 1900s, they destroyed a mansion that was falling apart, left to decay for decades. On your right, where the big glass tower is, one Manhattan Square. That's where President George Washington's mansion stood. 3 different fires destroyed everything south of Wall Street between 1776 and 1845. So in 75 years, 300, 400 buildings destroyed each fire. After the last one, the joke of the day, there's a reason why we call it New York. New Yorkers were slow to embrace landmark preservation. We just thought it would all burn anyway. We didn't embrace it until the 1960s. There's the Verizon building to your right. To the right of it is our municipal building. Think of it as the city permits building. City Hall, way too small. Oldest city hall in the nation, still in continuous use. So this building was built to add on to it, in a sense. Right of that is the gold pyramid of the federal courthouse. Oh, I could talk Sacco and Vanzetti and the Rosenberg trials. Great American federal legal history. And your eyes glaze over. On Law and Order, the steps where the lawyers have the conversations. Those are the steps. Which makes no sense, because that's the federal courthouse. Law and Order, those are city trials, where the people are represented by two separate but equally important groups. Just remember the municipal vote. Wall Street's #1 for revenue, your source 2, the production of film and TV is source 3. Although dark tonight, to your left, the black and white barge, the River Cafe, will open again this weekend. Featured in the Streisand film, The Mirror Has Two Faces. It's $130 price fixed dinner par excellence. Spring for dessert, it's $160. Your beverages are extra. But if he loves you, that's where he's taking you. No pressure. Fulton Ferry Landing next door, featured in a Hugh Grant Sandra Bullock film, 2 weeks notice. Up Old Fulton Street, left side, covered in netting. Ben Stiller's apartment at the beginning of night at the museum. The waterfront of Brooklyn to your left looks nothing like it does in Moonstruck, where Cher's grandfather is walking the dogs. In fact, half the buildings you see on the skyline to your left weren't there when that film was made. Again, how rapidly things have changed since I arrived in '85.
This is really a $1 million view for sure.
Beyond the party boat, there's a new skinny building under construction that's looked like this for 2 years or more. It might come down. Luxury condos, engineering problem, they didn't sell, it might not.
Oh yeah, Linya. The golden color just
Green glass building
appeared.
next to it, featured as the law firm headquarters in the Devil's Advocate.
Nothing
with Al
better
Pacino.
than this view.
And left of that is the beige building, then the wide street is Wall Street, Trinity Church at the end. Featured in National Treasure.
Everyone is just
And
getting
Federal
mad
Law on Wall
with
Street,
this view.
April 1st,
Everyone is getting mad.
1789, On Congress meets as a nation for the first time. After a 2-week carriage ride to get here, April 30th, 1789, General Washington is sworn in as president. Imagine the birthday of our Congress is April Fool's Day. Who knew? Who knew it would happen? On your left, piers for freight became parkland. As you pass the second one, above the highway, you might see a white flagpole by the building that looks like it's 3 beige steps. That's where General Washington watched his troops lose the Battle of Brooklyn.
Darrell said, lovely view, but I don't envy the electric bit. That's New York,
He's
man.
outnumbered more than 2 to 1. Untrained, ill-equipped volunteers against the best trained, best equipped, best paid army.
Millennium May said your camera is not focused. I think you just need to refresh your browser. My camera is pretty much focused and it's in higher quality. Just change your video quality setting from your phone, so you will get more enhanced experience, my friend. For those, if you think that the video is a bit blurry, restart the video or try to just change the video setting.
Who knew?
My camera is pretty clear.
On the right with a single red light, that's the heliport featured in Working Thomas Crown Affair.
This is the helicopter, I mean heliport right there.
Behind
This
it,
one.
under the treetops, the lit up glass wall, the New York City Vietnam Veterans Memorial.
And this is Staten Island Ferry Station. This
The
one.
last American casualty of the Vietnam War, Second Lieutenant Richard Vandergeer from Lorain, Ohio, was a helicopter pilot. And the subject of a third of my master's thesis.
Hey Angela, hello, thanks for joining. Hey Daisy R. This is definitely $1 million view. This is what the tourists are paid for, to see this view, to see this gorgeous skyline, to see the dreamland, New York.
To say to you, no more than the ones you knew. We wandered all of New York City. We wandered.
Now, 28th, 1886, date the statue is dedicated. Everybody's got.
So now we are heading towards Statue of Liberty.
Except Wall Street. They're the only ones working. They're not happy about it. Right across the street from Trinity Church it happens. The parade is marching down to end here. And when it passed Broadway and Wall, in protest, the stock boys took the ticker tapes, the only records of buys and sales, and threw them out the window. That's how the crazy tradition is said to start. The ticker tape parade was a job action. 100 years to the day, the Mets received a ticker tape parade for winning the World Series, but none of it was ticker tape. Shredded fax paper, because even then the world was moving digital. Dad explained to the kid what faxes were later. Her story begins July 4th, 1865 in Versailles, France.
My gosh. This
A
is
minor French
unbelievable.
politician, Edouard René Dulavelay, was plotting to overthrow the dictator Napoleon III ruling France. He can't do it openly, he'll just get crushed.
Can't just get
So the covert
away
plan
from the
amongst
view of
friends,
Jersey City either.
let's
Jersey
make a
City is also
monument to
beautiful.
Democracy. We'll make it a gift from the
Jersey
people
City,
of France to the people of the
New
United
York
States.
City.
Let's reunite the United States. Just months ago, they concluded a terrible civil war.
Yes, on TV Metro. This is the same ferry company Circle Line, but the different route.
To lighten his mood, the president takes Mrs. Lincoln for a night at Ford's Theater. To a very bad end. Governor's Island to your left, 5 miles straight in at Greenwood Cemetery, where that Revolutionary War battle Washington lost was fought. Among those buried, the lead actress and our American cousin, Laura Keene. We'll unite France and the U.S. as old nation friends, back to the days of Marquis de Lafayette. Maybe we'll start a worldwide democracy movement.
Look at that. The
Among
ferry
dinner
start to
guests,
lit up,
also would be
and it looks
the
so
sculptor
interesting
Federico
now.
Gaspartoli, who always wanted to sculpt on a colossal scale. Be careful what you wish for.
This is Jersey
Might
City.
get it. He didn't know it was going to take almost 24 years of his life to do. A lighthouse project for the entrance of the Suez Canal fell apart. Bartoli has to travel to Egypt on
Hey
his own
GGNYC,
dime.
welcome to the house.
Takes a meeting with the Khedive, who has no money for the project, but lots of ideas how to make it more Egyptian. We'll make an Egyptian woman pouring out a jug of water. Symbolic of Egypt, but useless for navigating a ship at night or foul weather. It was never built there. This is a rework of that design. To the left is the forgotten of the 5 boroughs is to the
That's
right
the
side of
Verizon
the
bridge
road.
right there. That's the Lady Liberty. We are getting closer to Lady
Goes
Liberty.
up in the middle. It's actually a very good reason. The earth is round. That's how long that bridge is. Part of that curvature is to account for the curvature
This
of the
view
earth.
is just $1 million view.
Probably
Look at
not
the
a
view.
True story. If it is, the sculptor was looking at a map. Like the Colossus of Rhodes, he wanted you to sail between the legs down to the harbor. 1 foot on Staten Island, the right side of the bridge, Brooklyn to the left. If that story is true, he's looking at a map. No idea of the scale of distance.
Yep, sorry, my bad. That's fine, that's fine.
Ellis Island to your right has a nickname, the Golden Door.
This is the Uss Island, Dreamland entrance.
Like to go.
I had a full video from Uss Island and Statue of Liberty. You can check that out.
When nothing but air bridged that harbor.
My gosh.
Among
This is the view I want to show you guys for a long period of time, and finally I had that opportunity.
Immigrants was regarded as exported
My gosh,
trash
so
or
emotional
refuse.
moments.
Fact is, in a 1911 editorial,
Everyone is just taking picture of this massive view of Manhattan skyline.
war and poverty in Europe with this phrase. Again, this is from 1911. Europe is vomiting. Is that much different than you'd read on the internet today, just with different countries?
Uss Island makes me so emotional. Related to immigration, and I'm an immigrant, so And I think most of you guys, Ellis Island is very memorable because maybe your grandparents or your family came to the United States and they stopped at Ellis Island. Ellis Island is a part of immigration, part of a dreamland.
Campaign for that museum. What is left of the original torch is in that museum. I'll tell you the truth, Lady Liberty.
So Lady Liberty is here. Are you guys ready to see the Lady Liberty? It's right here. So get ready for the Lady Liberty.
Has progressed so much since the 1880s. After Bartoli's death, the last guy who modified that torch had a great success with a sculpture called Mount Rushmore. It was his idea to cut out the copper panels and instead put in stained glass. Unlike a traditional lighthouse, put a big bright light bulb inside.
The torch is on tonight.
Seagulls.
My gosh.
Not the brightest birds.
The Lady Liberty is here.
Light, like a moth drawn to a flame, crashed into the glass, breaking it. The salty air around here, mixed with the rain, corroded the iron armature on the inside. And it's barely surviving, but we did save what was left of it. The torch you see she holds now is a complete recreation of the original design. Analyzing photographs with computers, state-of-the-art for the 1980s, we recreated that torch. I was never a member, but the National Honor Society symbol's a torch. It's actually pictured twice on the $10 bill if you look. See, if you're smart enough to bring a torch, you're enlightened. You will not stumble in the dark. And by the way, did anybody see Blake Lively's dress last night at the Met Gala? It was all about the Statue of Liberty. Even Ryan Reynolds, her husband, had no idea all the tricks that were in that dress. Now, anything green or gold is copper. You reach into your pocket, you pull out 2 copper coins, what we call pennies, and you pinch them together like they're a sandwich. That's how thick all 300 2 pennies thick. But on the flame, covered in 24-karat gold leaf, gold thinner than a sheet of newspaper, reflecting sunlight or spotlight. Hence the actual title of the sculpture. Did you know Statue of Liberty is an abbreviation? The real title is Liberty Enlightening the World, also featured in Blake Lively's dress. This world has 7 continents, 7 seas, and that's why her crown's halo is 7 rays of light. We want to enlighten the world about democracy. Is she dressed in Athenian, Grecian robes?
Are you guys enjoying the view of Lady Liberty from so close?
Or is that a Roman garment?
We are so close to the Lady Liberty. It's just amazing how it looks like.
No debate for me. Like Heinz ketchup, like the statue's 4 donated steel beams from a Scottish immigrant, Andrew Carnegie, president of the Keystone Bridge Company, Pittsburgh, PA. I'm from Pittsburgh, right near the airport. Well, Pennsylvania's nickname is the Keystone State. In her left hand, the greatest misunderstood part of the sculpture. It is not a book. It is not the 10 Commandments. That's a keystone. The center stone is a keystone. Look at a Heinz ketchup label. The last stone placed in the arch, the keystone, distributes the weight of the others equally for its dynamic strength and stability. You place the keystone, you can pull away the bracing, the arch stands independently. Writ on this one, the Roman numerals spell July 4th, 1776. Do I need to spell out that legal document, the Declaration of Independence, as the keystone of this free society? Part of it goes, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. Among these, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But I guess for women, for African Americans, we defaulted on its promises. Democracy, nothing but a dream deferred. That's why her right leg is behind her left. She's walking free of the broken chains of slavery at her feet. And the hope was when our nation ended slavery, a way for the world to follow. We were slow giving women the right to vote too. As our captain makes a picture-perfect turn.
That's amazing. Wow, my gosh.
You're going to want to point your cell phone left. You're going to want to turn it sideways. You want to go to panoramic.
Look at that.
You're going to thank me later. As we turn, the glorious Manhattan skyline awaits your lens.
My gosh.
My office window beats anybody's.
So from this video you are
Going
getting
back to that declaration,
so many interesting facts, and even how you can
Paris
take
has
a
the
picture,
nickname
you can get that information as well.
City of Lights. Enough lights over there. New York acquired a nickname. City of Dreams.
Of course.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Because of COVID, we lost one of the great writers of newspapers. I know that's old-fashioned for you kids. One of the greatest newspaper men that ever came out of Brooklyn or New York
Statue of
City at
Liberty
large,
is so pretty,
Pete Hamill.
especially at night. I
They
never
talked
seen
about how
Statue of Liberty
that's
at
not a
night, especially
guarantee
this
you're
time,
gonna
so I'm
find
so
happiness.
surprised.
What's seductive about that document, it's the pursuit of happiness. You're free to pursue it.
So I'm just focusing on
No
her because I
guarantee you'll
never
get it.
seen her at night like that. Never.
But it's so tempting.
I'm
isn't
so amazed. TA said, did you see a moon? It's cloudy, so I
City of
can't
Dreams.
see a moon yet, but I'm looking for it.
Was it spider inspiration? Bartoli insisted architect Richard Morris Hunt.
And look at the lower deck. People are all gathered here to just take a picture. So that's the benefit of having into a premier deck. Lower deck, you will not get a chance to take a good pictures. Look at that. All packed, crowded. They are just all one side to take a picture of Lady Liberty. The whole deck is ours. The whole deck is ours. You can move whatever direction you want to move, and you can take bunch of pictures. It's just a couple of bucks more, maybe 20 bucks more, but definitely, believe me, it's worth it. Try premier deck. It's just a bit more expensive than the normal deck, but you will have more relaxed vibes, and you can take more good pictures because it's a once a lifetime opportunity. So you should spend some money to get the best pictures or best vibes in New York City. Like, money is everything.
As much negativity as the
Oh yeah,
president or
Bob
Congress
Kish,
feels, how
the
bad things
reflection
were back
of the
then.
lights is just so peaceful.
She would sit in crates almost 2 years. Architect Richard Morris Hunt cut cost incorporating Aztec elements. Like the nation, there's an east-west fusion in its architecture. Diane von Furstenberg knew. Lincoln knew. Back to Gettysburg.
Through her crowded streets, but all the while I walked in front of you, didn't think to look behind. You left me
Folks in the middle of the aisle here.
Hey, Saidi, Louise, thank you so much. I just forget to take a picture with the Lady Liberty. Here we go.
I know you thought I rambled. There was actually a point. The image in the stories
I was so busy
tonight,
to just show you guys this gorgeous view and forget to take
18-line sonnet.
But that's
The
fine.
winning entry of a poetry contest.
That's fine.
Some of you think it's only 6 lines. There's 8 others you must have missed. If you put together the images, you're going to understand the poem, the statue, this city, and maybe our country better than.
Let's try it again. I think now I got the best view.
Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here,
She's
at our
here.
sea-washed sunset gate shall stand a mighty woman with a torch.
Oh yeah,
whose
Connie,
flame
the
is
guide
the
tour is very
imprisoned
good. That's why
lightning.
I recommend to take these Circle Line
name?
cruise. Their guides are super knowledgeable.
Mother of exiles. From her beacon hand goes worldwide.
Of
Her
dream.
mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor, the twin cities frame.
And this is the
Keep ancient lands,
Statue
your
of
story
Liberty,
calm.
and
Cries she
it's a
with
sign for
silence.
freedom, the sign for second chance. For those
you're
who believe in
tired,
second chance,
you're poor,
this is the symbol.
you're huddled
This is the
up,
symbol of freedom,
Yearning
for
to
sure.
breathe free. Wretched refuse of your teeming shores.
Now we are getting back
Send these
to the
whole
Pier
tempest tossed to
83.
me. I lift my lamp beside.
One last view
Golden
of the
Door.
Lady Liberty.
The last poem of Emma Lazarus that was published. It's her most famous. She was famous for drafting and redrafting her redrafts. She would spend days, weeks, months.
No problem, Taras. It's my pleasure
Maybe
to show
years
you
on some
everything
poems.
from New York City, all the experience you can
That's the one
basically
she's
get.
most famous for. How long did it take her to write it?
It's just
20
so
minutes.
peaceful place right now.
She always
Lena
said
said, and
that
a
when
sign of
coupled out.
friendship, because
Now,
it's received
little
from French
hint,
people. Definitely, that's a
ran
sign,
the information
sign
booth
of
on
friendship
Liberty Island for
as
3
well.
years.
But yeah,
Even
of course,
since they've expanded hours,
it has a very deep meaning.
it's an all-day affair. Certainly once the pandemic is lifted, so to speak, those restrictions are gone. You spend hours waiting online. You have to buy
Bye-bye,
or
Lady Liberty.
pick up
See
your
you
ticket
soon.
you've already purchased. You've got to go
It's
through
so
security. You've got to take the boat
pretty
ride
moment
out
for me.
there.
My
It's an
gosh,
all-day
Lady
affair.
Liberty on
That's
my
the
back.
only thing you're going to do in a day.
Just love it.
Visit the statue and maybe Ellis Island. So you know, there's a copy of her handwritten copy in the museum, but maybe you don't have that kind of time.
Lady Liberty.
In the Jewish Heritage Museum in Lower Manhattan, the study of Emma Lazarus is recreated. You can see the same handwritten copy.
It's good vibes, definitely.
And it's
understood.
almost
It's very good vibes here.
Unknown that it
And
exists there.
I'm enjoying it so much, and even it's feel
Spend a lot
cold,
less time
but I
looking
just
for it.
enjoy
If you
this
look
view.
carefully,
Enjoyed
you'll
her
see she
so much.
crossed out only
I
3
think
words.
I was
She
more
always said
excited
that
to
one
see
tumbled
Lady
out.
Liberty at night than the view of Manhattan, for sure.
Time is so important. Usually at this point, a younger person asks me, how much longer? 2-hour tour, we left at 7. What if the journey were
Look
2
at
weeks?
this boat right here. It's very colorful.
Now the first people
Billy
that
Joe
came on
Hamburger
board
says, same
tonight
here. I
go
watch
running
CFAP live
upstairs
on
and
my
said,
TV.
"You can go and as high as you're comfortable or your budget allow. Nobody tried to run below the decks to sit where there are no windows
It's my pleasure, Saidi.
where the steering mechanisms for the ship's rudder are located. Why would you sit there? For a sightseeing cruise. let alone a journey of 2 weeks. What if that's the only ticket you can afford? You're among 2,000 to 3,000 people sharing 2 bathrooms on a 2-week journey. More restaurants per capita tonight, and they're cleaner. There's your destination on the left, Ellis Island.
Yeah,
nicknamed the
just
Golden Door.
this is a floating
The
billboard.
left portion of the island.
Tinkerbell with $5. This is a real treat. Thanks, Sifa. Thank you so much,
The
Tinkerbell.
was 30 feet over both.
Thank you so much, Tinkerbell. Thanks for the support. It does help a lot. And thank you so much, all the super chatter for this video. Thank you so much, guys. Look at that, the Lady Liberty.
Some folks will not get in.
Lady Liberty on my back.
Passengers stayed aboard the liner for
See if I
their
can see
exam
Lady
coffee.
Liberty. I just love Lady
5
Liberty.
people came here. Same slip is in use today for the ferries. Your luggage is dumped on the first floor of the main hall. That's the hall with the 4 towers. The first exhibit in the Museum of Immigration is luggage. Then they march you up steps. Now you don't realize there are disguised doctors watching you climb. The
Oh,
exam.
Damaris Cologne with another $4.99. Another super Sifa for bringing us an amazing water ride around New York City. Thank you so much,
Anybody
Damaris
limping?
Cologne.
Hopping or popping, you pass.
Thank you so
with your
much
babies.
once again, my friend, for
Elderly relatives.
such generous donacity. Thank you so much. Appreciate
The top of the
appreciate
steps,
your
someone
donation
takes
and
the word shop.
your kindness.
Mark code on
Appreciate.
clothes.
Thank
They
you.
Start separating people from family. You wouldn't know more than
Yes, Brenda D.
98%
Lady
who
Liberty is
tried
very
got in.
beautiful. Very
Less
beautiful.
than 2% were sent back, but there is the. Finally, you approach the last man at the last desk. He's in uniform. He's got a badge. Maybe in your 2 minutes. Are you ready? Go. What is your name? What is your destination? Where are you going? You have any money? How much? You have a job. Don't say yes. You say yes, I got a job waiting for me. The jet just might ship you back. It's against the law to go into a foreign country to cut existing wages here. That illegal practice is called conscription, and we don't want you taking American jobs.
So these are the question basically they asked in
You answer all
Ellis
the questions
Island,
correctly. Okay,
and only
go.
then they are
Next.
allowed to go in.
Go.
Let's take a view of Jersey City.
I can go. Well, to your left, lit up with the clock, the old New Jersey Central Railroad and Ferry Terminal. In the peak years of immigration, 1909 to 1913, over 300 trains a day. One train is leaving every 4 minutes. 150 ferry is leaving every 4 minutes. 150 ferry 8 minutes, a train every 4. Imagine you're new to the country, you don't speak any English, fleeing with your family, find your way to the right one.
Saidi said, I only had one family member go through
One
Ellis
out of every
Island.
5
Wow.
immigrants that came through Ellis Island stayed to live and work in New York. It's how the city gets so big, so fast, so ethnically diverse. On your left, there are 2 gray walls. It's a World Trade debris from the towers at the far end here in Liberty State Park. You stand in front of it, photograph between the walls, you create their silhouette. That terrible September 11th, 2,753
For sure, this guy really loves his job and really know what he's doing.
Now we can't create the
Marjorie with $10 saying thank you Sifa for this awesome stream. This was a lot of fun and I hope to go on a cruise like this in New York City one day. This made my evening. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Marjorie. Thank you so much, Marjorie. Thanks for your generous support and such kindly words, and I wish you all the best. I hope one day you will visit New York City and definitely take this ride and you will love it. Thank you so much.
The reason I had off, I had my appendix out the week before.
Wow, this view is like
Management did not have the
heaven.
liability of me working. The
New
next
York
day,
City, baby.
it's
This is
supposed
New
to be
York
the
City.
12th, the 11th. I'm at home less than 5 miles away, but unable to do a thing. In the words of one supervisor, you can't get here. I had no idea
You can
how
go
many
ahead, no
people I personally knew worked in the Trade Center. Through my they were all fine, but only because it was primary day. They were voting.
It's so amazing, right?
Their kid was homesick,
So
they were
amazing.
homesick, they simply missed their bus, their train, whatever it was. I have to tell you, that doesn't make it easier. Below the pedestal or in front of it, there's a little glass building. Looks like a 1930s jukebox, the Winter Garden. New Year's Eve, 97, January 1st, 98. Inside the Winter Garden, between
Hey Robert
palm
Sabarwal,
trees.
hello and welcome. But we
It's
can't
not the ones you see.
say bad about this view. This is
40%
Jersey
of
City
that building
view.
was
Jersey City
destroyed.
view is also nice.
With the towers collapse.
Oh yeah,
All
Maria.
16
The
palm
view is
trees
getting
were
better
cut
and better.
down. You see replacements, they're shorter. Things kind of look the same. It's not the same.
After this ride, I definitely need a
It'll never
hot
be the
chocolate
same.
for sure. I'm getting so cold, my gosh.
So I didn't cry September 11th or the 12th. It's months later. It's New Year's Eve 2001, January 1st.
York City, you left me and I could see all the holes that you had filled in me on the streets of New York City. I found myself in New York City. Found myself in front of you, but I couldn't find the words to say
Oh,
to you.
Darash with another. Thank you so much, Darash.
Oh yeah, you're gonna make lifestyle changes if you come here.
Thank you, Darash. Good for the channel. Thank you.
March
I
of
hope you
78, when I'm a
had a lovely
15-year-old
time watching
high
this
school
video.
student
Thank you.
visiting
Thank
from
you.
Pittsburgh to Circle Line cruise that one day I'd be giving that tour. But dive in, you're gonna love it. There is no place like it. The DJ, I love. Always put it this way: this town always has one more bowl for one more soul.
Wow.
Has shown to be true.
The reflection of the lights, everything makes this place so pretty.
Left and right.
Marjorie
sticking
says
up for
if
the
I'd
river,
buy a cup of hot
are the
soup and
air
tea. Yes,
vents
I
for the
will.
Holland
After I
Tunnel.
end this live
On the
stream,
Jersey
after
City
that I
side
will take it
is the
and
newest sculpture to the
it would be
area.
very peaceful way to go home with
This
a cup
was
of
frustrating because
hot
the
chocolate
sculpture
or a
goes
soup.
up, you can see it in the daytime, there were no lights on it, and there was
Thank you so much
as a
for
joke,
joining.
one of the crew
Appreciate
members named it the Big Shush.
the view of Midtown
Finally,
Manhattan is
lights
getting
up and it's
enhanced. You see
dedicated
the
now.
Empire State
The
Building is so
name of the
colorful.
sculpture is the
Empire State
Whispering
Building is so
Soul.
colorful
The name
tonight.
of the sculptor, Hame Plasna. It's a young African-American woman advising you to take a changing times. As my
See
dad always
the
says, good
Chrysler
or bad,
Building,
this too shall
Summit, and the
pass.
Empire State Building view. It's
Take a
amazing.
moment. Listen to the whisper of your soul. What is your soul telling you? Cafe, folks. Last call. Last call for the restrooms. Last call.
You made my day, Sifat. Damaris Cullen said, who is the singer of the song, Sifat? So the song name New York City by Francis Wells.
Make your purchases
Raphael.
now. Have you or the kids
Francis
use the
Wells,
restrooms
New
now.
York City.
Feel free to tip the photo staff or the concession staff you work with. That's theirs, not mine. My salary is a lot better.
So this
than
is not
theirs.
New York, this
Or
is
even if
Jersey
you can't do
City.
that 'cause you were out of work
This
for a
is
couple
New
of
York.
years.
Yes, anonymous dude.
Please
This
have
guy
a
is
great
so
stay in
funny.
our city.
Now you will see the more gorgeous view of Hudson Yard. As we approach towards the pier, you'll see the immersive view of Hudson Yard. I can't just say that how gorgeous it is. Did you see the sky right here? It's so colorful, isn't it? One last view of downtown Manhattan for tonight. I love the color of Empire State Building tonight. Lena said, I found the song. It's amazing. Exactly, Daryl. It's so pretty. I hope so far the wind was not that bad. You can hear everything clearly and you can had less uninterrupted video, like not too many buffering. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Kindly hit that like button if you really enjoyed it. But we are not done yet. As I said, when we go closer to the pier, and I'll try to find that tour guide so you can see who was the man behind this voice. So I want to introduce with you guys, so stay tuned. Just hit that like button if you haven't, and take your time. If you haven't subscribed to my, if you had a Gmail account, you can just subscribe to my channel YouTube. It will not cost you anything, but it will help me to grow my channel. Just a small subscribe, because I know most of you guys had Gmail account and it's not that hard. Just click the subscribe button, sign in with your Gmail account. That's it. It will be a great support for my channel. I had a goal to reach 100 subscribers by the end of this year, so only you and only you can make it happen, because but haven't subscribed, so kindly just subscribe to my channel. Dara said, still watching Sifat while cooking breakfast. Thanks again. Thank you so much. Connie said, great. I would like to know who was the tour guide. Yeah, I definitely did that. Matt said, these bring me so much joy. I used to work in the boat. Ask if Captain gave. If so, talk to him. Very cool. Matt, I will definitely ask for that. But I want to definitely show you guys the tour guide. He's so nice. He seems very nice. And overall, I am so happy with Circle Line Cruise. I highly recommend. Again, this video is not a sponsored video for Circle Line. I just share my own experience, and by my experience, Circle Line Cruise service is amazing, especially the premier service. It's out of level. Definitely try Circle Line Cruise if you are ever in New York City. Circle Line is, I think, one of the best cruise ride you can take in New York City. They had several routes you can take. So highly recommend Circle Line. So that's Hudson Yard. It's amazing. Now look at that. I think without lights, Marjorie, New York City doesn't look pretty. These lights makes New York City very pretty. Joseph said, Sifat breaking view is getting a bit weird. the reflection of the lights right up there. How cool it is. Empire State Building and the light of the reflection right here in the sky.
Last night, the Empire State Building was multicolored in honor of its 91st anniversary. Tonight's colors are blue and much every Empire is almost at the very center of Manhattan. Was to move the financial district from downtown up here. Empire never worked because when did they break ground for it? October 29, 1929, the same day the stock market crashed. That's why there was a race to build it in 18 months, a race to sign up tenants. It did not work. When it opened, May 1st, 1931, it was mostly vacant. So the joke of the day, New Yorkers call it the empty state building. As a corporate real estate project, Empire does not make after the Great Depression and World War II were done with. To this day, it makes more money as a tourist attraction. We're the reason the developers never defaulted. We all paid money to go to the top. And it's still a great view. The Twin Towers opened, respectively, fall of 74, spring of 75. They did not make money till 1996. And if you picked up the New York Daily News, September the 10th, 2001, Silverstein and police, World Trade Center, sky's the limit. What a difference a day makes. 24 little hours. The new building opened up September 11, 2014. I don't expect it to make money till
and this is the vessel you can see right here. Hey Mary,
Hudson Yards
hello.
is a big question mark.
Thank you so much for joining.
Again, this is only phase 1. Phase 2 is coming.
Oh wow, look at that.
Building in
Empress.
Hudson, 30 Hudson Yards. Now, some of you are looking at it, you're going, I know it from somewhere, but where? Get ready to go, ah. In the Avenger films, Stark Industries.
So this is the shark industry. This one, Avenger film, the Avenger house basically.
There is an observation deck just like Empire. Just like
It's called
Empire, it's a
Edge.
little more than $40 to go to the top.
Edge.
That's a separate charge. There is that triangular porch up there. That's part of the observation deck, and there's a bar there. It's called the Edge. Just think of Lady Gaga. If you pre-order your drinks online at the bar, they are cheaper. Pre-order your drinks in advance. But hopefully, that porch is like 40% glass. You look 1,000 feet down to the street. Not a big enough thrill? There's a crane on top, slings attached. If you pay $185, you climb into the sling, and they'll let you climb 13 floors on the outside of the building. When you get to the top, they give you a champagne toast. I want to be clear, I'm from a family of iron workers in western Pennsylvania, people who build skyscrapers. I will not be paying you. You'll be paying me more than $185. Let's start with the champagne, bring a lot, bring a Magnum. And it better be Don Perignon. Because I am not cheap, but like you, sir, I am terrified of heights. It's never going to happen. There's not enough champagne in the world. And people ask me, well, where's the best view? Is it Empire? Is it top of the World Trade? Is it top of the Rock? Is it One Vanderbilt next to the Grand Central Terminal? This is what I prove every time I pick up the mic. This is the New York City skyline. No idiot can mess it up. But no matter what direction you look, there's going to be a construction crane in view. What started in 2010 will not be done till 2040. There are 70, 7 times 10 construction projects that are all 700 feet tall or taller. Right now, Empire is only number 7 of the top 10 buildings in your city. Maybe the next time you come back, it's not even in the top 10. Change is coming. Change is coming for all of us. The rate of change is accelerating. Find your cell phones. The device you hold in the palm of your hand has more sophisticated electronic capabilities than the submarine at the Intrepid, the USS Growler, that used to carry nuclear missiles, than the entire Apollo space program, than the entire shuttle program. You hold more power in the palm of Use it wisely. Write us a nice review on TripAdvisor and Yelp. Text your friends and family. Tell them what a great time at Circle Line. And we'll stay on top of the changes for you.
So that was pretty
Gather
much
up your
it.
cameras, your camera cases, your coats,
at the pier,
your kids.
83. We are just landing.
Anything or anybody you brought. And if you're on the main deck, stay there. Please stay with me. Keep the stairwells clear. This is an active waterway in New York, not a ride at Disney World.
Maria said you
There's
don't
no
want
cable
it
attached
to
to the bottom
end.
here.
I know, Maria, but it's already
Passing
2 hours,
barges
and thank you so
ferries
much
rock
for
this
having
boat.
here,
So,
Maria.
please
I know you're
clear
not
the
feeling
stairwells.
well,
Please
but
go
thank you
all the
so
way down the
much for
stairwells.
watching this
Go
video,
into the
Maria.
cabin.
I
Thank you.
appreciate your time you just
For your
spent here
safety.
with us.
I'll be downstairs on the bow next to the gangway when you depart. I do hope you visit the Intrepid under the big tent. You visit the Space Shuttle
So
Prototype
that's the
Enterprise.
Intrepid.
That's
On my channel, you can watch that as well. It was such a lovely ride with this tour guide. Amazing experience. Everyone is clapping for him.
This rapid clapping of your hands together is highly illogical. Come back and see us soon. Those of us who work at Circle Line will be here the rest of our lives.
Yeah, Circle Line is
How the place works.
so
God bless and take care in our
gorgeous.
and beyond.
That's what I can say. I really appreciate, and I really appreciate all the super chatter for this video, and I really appreciate each and everyone, all the viewers who are joining and enjoy. Without you guys, it won't be possible. So thank you so much. And if you're in a premiere version of the Circle Line cruise, then you will have your own separate restroom. Hard to forget to mention. So this is the good thing about another premiere service. Yeah, sure, Bob Kish. I will try. I will now go and try to find the narrator, and I'll show you guys who was the narrator. So yeah, for sure. I just waiting it to stop, and then safely we'll go down, and I will definitely have the chance. Pink Monarch Butterfly saying thank you very much, Sipat, for your wonderful and lovely tour. Thank you so much. Elni Official Fury, thank you each and everyone, and blessing to everyone who is joining. Kindly, just before you leave, hit the like button, but I'm not done yet. I'm just waiting it to stop properly, and then we will meet the narrator for this lovely ride. There are so many boats. They just park here. 1, 2. Thank you, anonymous dude. Damaris Colon, thank you. As I saying that from New York City Walking Show channel, you will get some amazing experience. This is what basically I want to do, just give you guys some amazing experience. Mary give me 5-star. The NYC cruising show tonight, saying Saidi Louise. That's so cool. Lina said I recommend it. Yeah, Saidi, it was very informative as
Alrighty,
well.
we should be good now. Just use the handrails and the stairwells. Please, please, please stay inside the cabin until the crew opens the doors for you.
Janet R with $5. I am late, but
Ferries
I
and
am here.
barges
Thank you so
rock
much,
the
Janet
boat.
R.
Gangway up and
Thank you
down,
so much,
back and
Janet R.
forth.
Thanks for the support.
Very
It does
important
help.
step over
Thank you.
each end carefully and completely. It will be a full step on
Let's go.
to the gangway and a
think
full
I
step
had to
over
wait.
and away from the end when you get onto the pier. Don't let your kids or yourselves be distracted. Don't put toes onto the edges. A full step over and the edge each time.
Okay.
And the feet you save may be those of your own.
The boat is almost empty. It's getting a bit crowded.
On the shore, who's going?
I think
Watch your step. Be
okay,
careful.
I think I will use the other side.
Have a great one, folks.
It's
Watch your
closed,
step.
so I will use the other side. It would be much easier. Okay. Oh gosh, it's a good bit of line here for getting out. But I'm glad that I'm getting some warm vibe. And inside the boat you had a small restaurant as well. If you want, you can buy something, drinks, food. Hey Mark Rose, hello from Queens. Oh yeah, Bob Keys, for sure. If the weather is getting much better, this boat would be packed. In weekends it would be packed, very packed. But our hunt is to find the narrator and then end this video. Hey. Yep, I'm on live on YouTube right now. You can find New York City Walking Show in YouTube. Yeah. Huh? I'm filming the whole ride. People are joining to the live and seeing whatever going on here. I mean, it's
Why your nationality?
sorry, I didn't get that.
Nationality. Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Queens. I'm from New York City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your family?
Huh?
Your family?
Yeah, I have whole family here.
From
Huh?
India.
Oh, that's my parents are from Bangladesh, not from India.
Oh,
My
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh, yes, that's my parents are from.
Oh,
But I grew up here.
okay.
Yeah. From Queens basically.
Okay. I live in Queens.
Oh, nice. Hey, you Anne, hello. Thanks for joining. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Oh, Colombia, nice.
My friend is from Colombia.
Oh, wow.
It's the first time here.
Oh, first time? Perfect. I hope you like this ride. It's fun.
He love it.
You love it?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Can you take a picture for us and you put in the show?
Oh yeah, sure. You can see yourself in live in YouTube. Just check out my channel, NYC Walking Show, and you can share it with family that you did that experience. Yep. Almost 400 people was watching.
Hi.
So these guys for the first time here in New York City taking this boat ride, and they just love it.
Colombia.
From
Colombia.
some Colombian. I had so many viewers from Colombia.
Yes.
I have viewers from all over to the globe.
Nice. My people is very nice.
Oh, I had to find the narrator. Let me see. I just go with the. Sorry about that. That I had to find the narrator. Let me see if I could find the narrator. Hi, excuse me, sir. Can I find the narrator or the tour guide who was
Right outside.
Right
On
outside?
the way out, green shirt.
green shirt and
Yeah.
what his name was? I forget.
Dave.
Dave? Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate. So he's outside. The Dave is outside in a green shirt. So I think someone was mentioning about is it wheelchair accessible? Yes, it does wheelchair accessible. You can see there is a wheelchair. So this cruise is also wheelchair accessible. So if you had a wheelchair, you can come. Inside it's very nice and warm. It doesn't matter if you are coming here in a cold season. Maybe you'll not get the best view because of the glass, but still it's warm enough. Lena said, will I take an interview? No, not an interview. I just want to say thank you. Oh, sorry, for whatever he just did. He was an amazing tour guide, so I just want to say hi to him. That's all. Oh, this is the guy. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Excuse me. So this is the guy Dave. He was behind. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
And it was really fun. We enjoyed the cruise, Circle Line cruise. Thank you so much. So this is the guy behind the voice, and everyone just loved you. Yep. Thank you. Have a lovely, lovely night.
So just watch the end. Back again with more cute kids.
Behind the voice, Dave, and it was pretty fun. He seems very humble and very professional as well. So if you ever find him, say hi, and of course mention that you see him in my channel, New York City Walking Show. So it would be very nice. Circle Line cruise ride after watching this video, and if you see Dave, say hi that you watch him on my channel. Mention that. He will be happy. Do not forget to mention about that you've seen him in my channel. And Anamazut said he got the best job. I think so. This is Circle Line Staten Island. This is Circle Line Manhattan. Freddie said thank you so much for such a wonderful trip around New York and the Circle Line Sifat. It was very informative and relaxing. May you have a wonderful night and stay safe trip home. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I just want to show you guys the front look of the Circle Line cruise station here, and then we will end. Lena said he knows your channel. No, when people will come and say, then he will knows my channel. That would be my promotion. Like if you see him or met him, just mention that you see him in my live stream. Saidi said, did he knows that you are live streaming? No, he doesn't. And I don't want him to be panic either. Hey John PS30, you are quite late. Not only late, quite late. And for example, you didn't book your ticket online, you can book it from here as well. This is the ticket counter right here. And it's Pier 83. So there is a sign of Circle Line, as you can see. And this is all the view. So thank you so much everyone for joining to the video, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much guys. So I hope you had a very lovely time with me and with Circle Line as well. And I'll see you guys somewhere else with some fun video. Till then, be safe and be positive. Do not forget to check out my video description box. You'll find all the social media link and the way you can just support this channel financially if you want. And also please kindly follow me on Instagram, New York City Walking Show, and try to spread some positivity to the world, because positivity is everything. Positiveness is everything. Thank you so much and good night everyone. Bye bye.